All right. Good morning. One Team Works. I'm Dr. Dana McGrady. Super excited to have you. We are coming off of the heels of a killer month. You guys just crushed it, and we've had. I personally, in my business, had 120% growth in the month of April, and I know Dave's growth was even bigger. And so, a lot of you guys, if you have been with us, for a while. If you've been with us for 1 month, comment 1 in the chat below. If you've been with us for less, how about 1 month or longer? How about that? Chat, put a 1 in the chat below. If you've been with us less than 1 month or are brand new from the month of April, comment 2 in the chat below. Okay. And welcome to everyone. Welcome to the family that we've had that's been with us since the beginning, and welcome to the brand new family. And can't wait to really get to know every single one of you and really help you succeed, because that's what we're about. We're about, we launched this business, Dave Scoltetti and myself, a little over 90 days ago. January 17th was our launch day. And we, from the very beginning, had a vision of building something bigger than we'd ever done before. And we knew that this company could support the growth, and we knew that this company could support success for all of you. Okay, so that's what it's always been about. Success for all of you, creating a large organization and creating a movement that people could jump on and that they could gain, basically reach whatever goal they have in their heart to reach. And so the one thing I'll say before we really get this started is I'm going to urge you all to think bigger during this training today. The Super Saturday event is designed to give you the basics. It's designed to give you the how-tos to make income right away, to get you your money back right away. But it's also designed to help you to think bigger and to really show you what's possible with linking arms with the fastest #1 growing CBD company in the world, plus linking arms with one of the fastest growing teams in the company, and really just saying, hey, can this little tiny side CBD business become my plan A in life and give my family financial and lifestyle freedom? If that's something that sounds appealing to you, family and lifestyle freedom, comment 3 in the chat below. And so I'm going to bring my partner, David Scoltetti, on. He's going to start this off a little bit with just kind of setting the pace for what we have envisioning for May. And then I'm going to give a little bit of recognition. I have a list of superstar names from April that really made their dreams come true. And I know they're not stopping. I know they're just getting warmed up, but we're going to recognize a lot of awesome people that are leading the way on this team.
Hey, thanks, Dana, and I appreciate you, and congratulations on hitting 50K this month in 90 days. Incredible pace, and just really proud of you. Super proud of you. So yeah, again, congratulations to everybody. But this is an interesting business. It's one of those businesses that you kind of plan weekly and implement daily, but then every single month, it's a new month, right? It's a new month. And so what we're trying to achieve with this team, what we're trying to help coach people on, is how to create personal momentum, because we know that when you create momentum in a business like this, it becomes not only much easier to build it, but you attract a lot more people. And it's a very powerful thing. So, as Dana mentioned, whether you're brand new and you may be just like, gosh, who are these people, and who are these 100 people I'm on the Zoom with this morning? We just want to welcome you. But to her point, we want you to think big from the very beginning. We know each and every one of you joined this business for a particular reason, and I just want you to know up front and center that we're focused on creating what we call a heart-centered leadership revolution. Okay, and so we want to help people, unleash their inner greatness. We want to help people go out and achieve their particular dreams. Lots of people actually enter a business like this looking just to earn additional income, and that's cool. I mean, that is good, but as we'll kind of talk a little bit about this morning, we want you to dig a little bit deeper, become a little bit more emotional around why you're doing this business. You know, because what we've found over the years, and I've been in this business for 27 years, you know, half of my life, that when there is a little bit of an emotional attachment to it, greater things can happen. You know, when your belief level is 100%, much greater things can happen. And when you do things with purpose and aloha, absolutely fantastic things can happen. So we're gonna focus on that. So if you're brand new, you know, we want to start thinking about, you know, the first leadership rank in the business is 5K, and we'll talk about that. You're not expected to hit there right out of the gate, okay? But I will tell you, we're going to talk about a fast track to that, and it all starts with kind of like the right mindset. But if you're brand new in the business, we just want you to get out of the gates right. We want to get you out of the gates with passion. We want to give you, as Dana said, the basics to have that success. And we're going to give that to you. But then when you have those basics and that knowledge, then it becomes a factor of applying that knowledge. If you've been with us, as Dana was kind of alluding to, for a month or more, or maybe last month was your first month, whatever you achieved, we want you to double that business this month. We know you can double it. And we're going to kind of give you some tidbits on that. And I think when Todd Falcone comes to the table, he's going to give you some thoughts around that as well. So yeah, our month of May, we're calling it May Momentum. We have 31 days in this month. This is great that we're sitting here on the 2nd of the month, and we're just going to dig deep. I know Dana and I had a conversation yesterday about kind of re-engaging ourselves. You know, we came to the end of this first quote unquote 90-day run. And it was like, whoa, like both of us kind of like, it was like some of the hardest we've ever worked. We were a little borderline delirious, quite candidly. But you know, we said, you know what, we gotta inject some self-care, and we really encourage you to do the same and dig deep as we're going to, and we're just going to start all over again. And we believe at the end of this next 90-day run that many of you will have commas in your check. Now think about that for a moment. Like, I don't know what everybody's particular quote unquote financial goal is, but it's really, I want you to think about, like, what could be if you put a comma in your check and every month you had a comma in that check? What would you do with it? How would that make you feel? How much stress would that relieve from your everyday world? You know, is it taking care of that rent payment or that mortgage payment? You know, the U.S. government sent out quite a few checks with commas in it over the last couple weeks, but that's just a one-time thing. What we're going to teach you how to do is have a comma permanently in a check, and if you want to put more than one digit or a high single digit in front of that comma, that's available too. But we are realists, and we know it'll take a lot of work in doing so. So I don't want to pontificate too much on that. We want to get right to the content. But Dana, before we do that, why don't you run through some of the rock star names that helped us get that initial thrust of momentum in the month of April?
So first of all, I just have to tell you how freaking proud I am of all of you guys. Like, Dave and I collectively decided to go to the next level, and the amount of people that said, yeah, we're going to the next level with you. We're doing it. We're linking arms with you, and we're making it happen, because this really is the opportunity of a lifetime. And so when you invite people to jump on a Saturday training, or when you invite people to look at your video tour, you're giving them a hand and saying, hey, you don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to struggle anymore. Here's something that'll give you a way out. And so the people that linked arms with us 90 days ago and less have been rocking it. And if you're brand new, I want you to see this as 100% attainable. Okay. It's just time, showing up, getting on Zooms, learning, applying it, and being coachable. Right. And so we have some superstars I want to recognize that I'm super excited about on this team. On this team, at the end of the month, we recognize those that hit 1K BV, those that hit 2,500 BV, those that hit 5K BV. And now this month's our first time we're having 10K BV and above, which is epic. And so for 1K BV, I want to recognize Carrie Moncrief. I want to recognize Miles. Some of these people I just have written down as your first name, and you guys know who you are, but Miles, congrats, girl. I don't know if you're on, but you're a rock star. Congrats to April Saldano, Christine Pace, Dr. Tom in Hawaii. I have, I'm going to try to say these Hawaiian names, and maybe David, you could help me. I have David Pa'alua. Oh, they're laughing at me. The Hawaiians are laughing at me. Sorry. I have Johnny. David, can you help me with Johnny's last name? Or you guys could help me. I want to say Fakenton. Sorry. Yeah, good. Okay, Johnny, you're a rock star. Proud of you. Ken Ludwig. Proud of you, Ken. Woohoo! Poppy. Congrats, Poppy. Milena, congrats, girlfriend. Jen Hazard, Kiki Bowers, Michelle Martineau. We have Rachel Burns, Jessica Kumala, congrats, girlfriend. We have Maria, congrats. Maria did a Facebook training for our team. Congrats, girl. Rachel Day, congrats, Rachel. You're a rock star. So happy for you. We have Colette Clark. Congrats, Colette. We have Sylvie Brockman. And a lot of you got way past 1K. A lot of you were past 2K. So congrats, you guys rock. I'm so excited for all of you. I got everyone in the 1Ks. Now 2.5K. We have our Vietnamese team, Donald Vo, got to 2.5K. We have Sandy Ramos. A lot of you got way past 2.5K, but this is just the milestone. Lacey Emke, congrats to Danielle Hughes. Angie Cloney, congrats, Angie. Dr. Tracy Norman got higher than she's ever gotten in any company, any network marketing company before. Congrats, Dr. Tracy. We have Marissa Yannick. Marissa, congrats, girlfriend. So happy for you. We have Erin Entlick. Congrats. We have Dina Cazell. Dina really stretched herself. She doubled or tripled her BV this month. Susan, we have Susan. Congrats, Susan. Danielle Eslaxon, super, super excited for you, Danielle. You really rocked it out this month, and I see it keeping going. Debbie Morale, congrats, Debbie in Hawaii. You rocked it out. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay, 5Ks and above. 5K is our first official leadership rank. It's the rank where you get a $500 cash bonus and a $150 car bonus. If you maintain it for 3 months in a row, that's where the car bonus starts. So if you guys are interested in a car bonus, I want you to comment 5 in the chat below. Who's ready for a car bonus at 5K? That's the rank you want to run for the car bonus. We have our Vietnamese leader, Tracy Thao Ho, at 5K. We have Aniko Baker. Congrats, Aniko. I'm so proud of you. I know how hard you worked. Tyler Vaughn had the highest month. She was way past 7K. Congrats, Tyler. We had Allison Hang. She rocked it out all the way to 5K. I'm so proud of you, Allison. She really expanded her vision and is keeping going. Stephanie Schoolmeister. Stephanie has maintained 5K every single month since being here, and this was her highest BV month yet. Congrats, Stephanie. And to a new 5K, we have Bob Spina. Aloha, mahalo, congrats, Bob. We're so happy for you. Great job. Okay, now the 10Ks. We have 4 10Ks on this team. And a little over 90 days, you guys crushed it. I'm so impressed. Major congrats to Tara DeTaco. Tara is the highest BV on our whole team. She finished the month at 14K, which was just awesome. So congrats, Tara, total rock star. We have David Vargas. David Vargas finished around 12K. Congrats, David. I'm so impressed with you, impressed with your whole team. And Jen Hoyle is a powerhouse. Jen Hoyle did it in 1 month. Girlfriend hit 5K and 10K, and she finished the month at 10.5 and just rocked it out. Her whole team is growing. And then we have, last but not least, Andrea Travato, so impressed with you, Andrea. You've got a growing massive team and so excited for you hitting 10K. So I have no doubt that this list will triple in time because you guys are all making it happen. You're growing your empires. You're recognizing that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And there were so many that got close to 1K that I was just so impressed with, so happy with. And David too, we were just blown away. We were definitely getting close to delirious. If anyone saw me yesterday, I was walking zombie because we're just really, really doing everything we can to launch this team in the right way. And so we're really proud of you guys. Congratulations to everyone. My heart is literally bursting for all of you. So David, back to you.
Thanks, Dana. And I think there was one other person, Christine Schumann out of Florida. She's actually originally from Germany, also hit 1K.
Christine Schumann. Congrats, Christine.
Yeah.
I had a feeling I would miss one or two because there were so many. So I'm so sorry for missing you, Christine. You're right. I commented it on your shout out. Congratulations, girlfriend. So proud of you.
Excellent. So let's get right into it, guys. Before Todd shows up here, this training, this particular piece is really just going to be really focused on if you're brand new. But here's the thing, we're all brand new. So we're just going to roll through this and really give the stage to Todd as he shows up. But this one team works concept was actually devised and come up with by Dana. We were sitting in a casino in December, just after visiting Josh and Jenna Zweigel, and we were just talking about what could be. If we were to do something, what would we really want to do from a team perspective? And the one thing that came out was, together everybody achieves more, one team. And very quickly, Dana in her wit, came up with one team works. And of course, with my wit, or lack of for that matter, I went to GoDaddy and said, whoa, like the URL is available, that's it. So very quickly after that, we were like, well, what do we really want to do from a team perspective to build something really, really, really successful and really empowering? And the three words that came up were, we want to create leadership, we want to empower people, and we need to support people. And I think those words are very strong, and that's just going to be our mantra as we go out and kind of build our business. Now, look at this slide here, guys. This is really the 4 pillars of succeeding in network marketing. Having the right mindset, taking the right action, building a team, and ultimately, if you desire, becoming that leader that you want to attract, and then ultimately, maybe becoming a leader of leaders. But it all starts with mindset, the way you think, the way, what your attitude is, the abundance mentality you have, independent of what you have experienced in the past or not, whether you've had success in business, whether you have success in life, it doesn't matter. Honestly, my recommendation is just to take that rearview mirror, rip it off, throw it back in the trunk, and look forward. Okay, and how you think going forward from today going forward, it could absolutely change your life. And the only way you can really do that and stay consistent with it is through personal development, reading good books, watching positive videos, being involved with really positive people, along the way. Once you have that right mindset, then you're in a position to kind of really take action. And that's kind of like the blocks and tackles, the nuts and bolts of this business. But it's the action you take, the specific income producing action you take, that's really going to be the differentiator. And if you do that, and not only do it, in a very aggressive format as you launch your business, but get your cadence and be consistent with it, what inevitably happens is you start attracting people, and you'll attract people to your business that want to do the same thing. And you can see it's evidenced by what's going on here, that's happening. And so when you attract those people, you're in the position to build team. And one thing you'll get, not so much, maybe a little bit today, but certainly ongoing within the One Team Works Facebook community, and with our ongoing trainings and masterminds we have on Mondays and events that we do, is we'll teach you how to build team. We'll teach you how to build team, because that's the reason that I am in this business of network marketing. One of the core reasons, other than my love for people, it's my desire to be in a business model where you can leverage other people's time, their energy, their efforts, their resources, their skill sets, and all in that process where you can learn from other people. I mean, I don't know of any other business model where you can legitimately get really passionate, get on purpose, and go out, find people, attract people that may even be more successful, more influential than you, and be able to override such a success, such an effort. That's powerful, really powerful. And so when you build team, then there's always that time where, you have the opportunity to maybe lead people. Leadership's an interesting thing. It's not there are no such thing, in my opinion, no such things as born leaders. I think people evolve to be leaders. I think they evolve into leadership where they want to take ownership of things. And this is no different. But I will tell you this, I'm not going to go a deep leadership dive here, other than the fact that if you want to attract leaders to your business, you need to be the leader you want to attract. You need to act like, dress like, have the right position, posture, use the right words, just, be kind, be loving, do all those things that you want to attract. That's really the key. Okay. Now, Dana, what I'd like to bring you back on here is to talk a little bit about, I alluded to it a couple moments ago about why somebody would do this, but I think you're always so good in really digging into people and helping them really understand why they're doing it. Why don't you elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah, there needs to be, this is one thing I actually have done a lot of research on this as far as why people stay with what they're doing long enough to have success. The only reason that you'll stay long enough to learn the skill sets needed is if you have a strong emotional pull. You have a strong emotional component as to why you're doing it, right? So I know sometimes the why can be very personal, right? It can be very true to your heart, but a lot of people don't know why, right? They come because of the energy. They come because it's high vibration. It's exciting. We have 112 people on ready to really change their life. And so that's easy. It's easy to get caught up in that, but really every single one of you individually needs to really think deep about why you're doing this. And if you want to inspire the rest of us and you already know what your why is, type it in the chat, because there are some new people on that don't really know, the emotional components attached. For me, when I first got started, I had 2 small toddlers, a new baby on the way that overwhelmed me beyond belief. And I was just in a place in my life where I was working so many hours that I was missing out on a lot of that precious time when the babies are little. And I had very sick patients. I still do, but I get to have joy in seeing patients now. Before, I was having so many hours with very sick patients that it was draining my joy. Okay, so there's a time period where you have to self-analyze a little bit. And you have to say, what out of my life right now is taking my joy? And what do I need to change what do I need to change in order to get that joy back, right? A little bit of lifestyle freedom, a little bit of financial freedom that gives you the choice to really design a life you love. And so there needs to be an emotional component, and you really sometimes need to think deep about it. If you don't know it right now, it's okay. You will figure it out along the journey.
Awesome, Dana. And, expectation is an interesting word. And I just really want to emphasize this for just a moment, because it is important that you have the proper expectations of what this business is. It's important that you have the right expectation of how fast it will take you to succeed in it. It's important that you offer the right expectations in the prospecting. Expectations are really important. And this really kind of like drives into the goal setting aspect of what we do. Each and every week, each and every day, each and every month, even looking into a year or two, maybe even 3 years out, you want to have specific goals. Goals that are measurable, goals that are attainable, that are realistic, but have the right expectations around it. You're also going to want to have the right expectations of how much effort one is going to have to put into a business like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be exorbitant. It doesn't have to topple you over. Some people aren't really interested in climbing Mount Everest in a business. They really just want to be involved in something. One thing I found, and in my journey in this industry, there's a very large percentage of the people who just sincerely want to help other people. And I'm gonna tell you, that should be everybody. quite candidly, because the more you are heart-centered, the more you focus on helping other people achieve what they're looking for, whether it be through the products or the business model, the more successful you're setting yourself up to be. So have your expectations real, keep them in check, and share them. Share them with people and help other people do the same. Now, the next thing we want to kind of touch base on is the model. This is really important. You know, think about it this way. If you were to go out, many of you may have invested in a franchise in the past, and you bought you invested in a franchise, whatever it may have been. And when you do that, one of the core reasons people do that is because they have a system, and it's a system that you can actually plug into. So if you ever purchase a franchise, you're going to go to a training, you're going to pick a location. Everything is kind of uniform, and that's what makes the franchise model successful. You know, for some businesses anyhow. But this network marketing is no different. You want to model ultimately what you want to duplicate. It's not what works in this business, it's what duplicates. And it really starts with how you enroll new affiliates, or more importantly, how you enroll yourself into the program. Now, this slide here just really kind of illustrates how I think most people come into the business. It's either kind of a good, better, best approach, but how you come in will dictate a couple things. Number one, it'll dictate how much you get paid for your efforts. Number one. Number two, it will dictate how you actually build your team. Okay. So for example, if you come in as a director, which is fine, you're not going to probably be enrolling people with the executive package. If you came in with an executive package, you're probably more likely to have other people enroll as an executive package, if that makes sense. But in simple terms, I just want to articulate this because, again, many of you are brand new, and I want to make sure you're clear as you go into the month of May here. If you entered the program in May, or any time for that matter, as a director in the business, that means you purchased a director pack. It's 100 BV. The company will pay you 35% on the personal enrollments of customers and affiliates that you enroll, and they'll give you 2 levels of jump starts. Now, again, we're not going to get into compensation here today, other than the front end of it, but it's important to understand that what 2 levels means in the weekly pay is if you enroll an affiliate, you also get paid on the customers and affiliates they enroll on your second level. So 35% 2 levels for director. If you enroll at the executive rank, which is defined by somebody purchasing 200 business volume, 200 points of PV, the company will pay you 50% payout on the personally enrolled customers and affiliates that you do on their first month. And they'll also pay you on not 2, but 4 levels. Now, the importance of understanding that is the difference is, number one, it's a huge pay raise, number one. Number two, in the binary compensation plan, when you start to create duplication, it can duplicate pretty quickly with the right people taking the right action. So when that happens, you'll go beyond 2 levels pretty quickly. And I just believe that you don't want to leave chips on the table. You don't want to leave money on the table. So there's no way to, if you came in as a director, just understand there's no way to earn your way to director, okay? But you can purchase 200 points in any given month that will automatically qualify you as a director, or excuse me, as an executive, okay? But the other key point of this thing here is that there's well, we'll touch about it in a moment, but the auto ship, which will keep you qualified at that particular level, whether it's director or executive, indefinitely. And then lastly, there's an executive pack option. A lot of people actually enter as an executive with the executive package if for no other reason, the value proposition, you're getting $200 in free product. And secondly, you're really getting a much broader dive into the HempWorks line of products. And, you know, with the addition of some of the new products, including the new oils and the new, not the new oils, the new soft gels, there's a lot to be offered there. And I believe in a business like this, the more you're a product of the product, the better off you are when it comes to talking to people. Now, Dana, I think this auto ship piece is a really critical piece. You always talk about it so well, you know, in your trainings. Why don't you touch base on this, what it is, the importance of it, and how people hook it up?
Yeah. So, oh my goodness. So friends don't let friends do anything for full price, right? And so they have auto ship rewards that is so incredible. I literally jumped up and down when they first introduced this. So basically we have the auto ship because we're in business, right? This is our only way to remain commissionable is to have an auto ship. We get to have access to this incredible, amazing CBD oil that calms our central nervous system, that helps, make life happy, right? And that's our only overhead, is we get to consume the products that they give us, right? So 90 BV is what qualifies you to remain an executive, make the most commissions. And if you're doing things the way we teach you, you'll be getting those products paid for with sharing and having a regular income. And so the awesome thing is they reward us. They reward us for having this auto ship set up. When your auto ship is set up, it shows you're active in the back office. It shows you are able to make commissions. It shows you can be binary qualified to make money on all the reorders on the organization that you're building, right? And then for the first 3 months, they give you 10% back on your auto ship towards free products, towards your future product purchase. And then all the way, it goes 10%, then 15%, then 20, all the way up to 30% back on every auto ship. You're going to get 30% back after 13 months, and it stays at 30% the whole time you keep your auto ship. The only way that it goes back to the 10% tier is if you cancel your auto ship. So I love this because it shows me that you guys will be able to build a sustainable residual income of people that are loving the products and that also are loving the rewards to have money back towards free products. I just think it's the greatest value ever.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So with that said, if you have not set up an auto ship, do it today. It's very simple. You just go to your back office, go to your account, and you'll see a tab there, and you can be changed at any point in time. You get to pick the date that it can process. Really, really powerful part of the program. Now, the other powerful part of the program is as you're launching your business, again, you want to become what's called binary qualified. And what that really in essence means is that A, you have a 90-point auto ship. B, you have 90 points of business, whether it's customers or affiliate volume on your left leg, and 90 points on your right leg. So look at it as a 90-point triangle. And it's important to become binary qualified because as it's not going to affect you in month one per se, but on the way you get paid on reorders, the residual income component of a compensation plan goes through the binary portion of the plan. And again, look into your back office, watch the compensation plan training that Josh did. It's in the training section. I think it'll make it really clear for you. But it's an important piece of the equation. Okay. Let's talk about Power 4, Dana. This is really important. This is one of the things that when we sat down and asked Josh, what are some of the core secrets to getting off to the right start, they suggested what they call the Power 4. And that was very simple terms, with sponsoring 2 customers or affiliates on the left, 2 customers and affiliates on the right. Okay, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. A, you'll get binary qualified. B, in doing so through the Jumpstart bonuses, you'll get a return on your initial investment that you laid out, and then you become part of what's called the global bonus pool. For those of you who enrolled 4 or more customers or affiliates in the month of May, please type a 7, a lucky 7 in the chat, okay? Because let me tell you what's cool about this. For those of you who did that, congratulations. You'll actually be part of the global bonus pool, and you can earn multiple shares of the pool. I think Jen Hoyle had 20 enrollments, which in essence equals 5 shares of the pool on that basis. Did a double rank advancement, which I think you get like 3 for each. That's like I understand. She's gonna get like 11 shares. I mean, this is like probably $1,000. Just to be clear, this is a lot of money based on going out and getting 20 customers, which she got paid on through the jump starts all on top of it. So in those 20 enrollments, we'll see she'll see what she made. But what's really powerful is another $1,000 or so is being added on top of it, which is really powerful. Now, she also was on the leaderboard with a handful of other affiliates on the team. But here's the thing about the Power 4. This should be done every single month. Okay, if you're thinking big enough and you're building a business, you should be enrolling 4 people every single month. Be a part of that pool, set that pace, model what you want to duplicate in your team, if that makes sense. Dana, you have anything else to expand upon when it comes to that?
You have built two different times you've built large organizations in the past. I've built a large organization, a couple times the same organization. And so we know how to build it big, but since we made a decision to up level. We made a decision to build it bigger than we've ever built it before, collectively. And so with that, we need simplicity. And I just want you guys to have this in your mind. Simple means more growth. Simple means duplication is easier for you. And so if your people come in and you right away just have them, enroll 2 people on their left, 2 people on their right. And then all of these great things happen that you get to celebrate for them. It's the perfect first month, right? To get people off their feet, to get them their return on investment really fast.
Right on. Okay, so I'm going to skip over this because I think Todd's probably going to talk a lot about launching the business. I don't think we need to get into this too deeply. Yeah, so just take a mental note here. I'm going to let Todd kind of dive into that. What I do want to talk about, though, is using the system. Okay. In this business, one can either be people dependent or system dependent. And what I will tell you to Dana's point, both of us building organizations in the past, when you're people dependent, it doesn't duplicate. When you're system dependent, it does. And what My Daily Choice offers is pretty darn extraordinary. I mean, it was very profound when Josh, suggested that when he went out, he was in the systems business before he launched My Daily Choice. And he was able to actually get paid $50,000 to $100,000 for companies to create a system, pretty much the exact system that we utilize today, and he offers it to us for free. So, you can go in your back office again if you're brand new and you haven't seen it, but you got all kinds of lead capture pages, video presentations, there's email marketing campaigns, you have a built-in contact manager, okay, to help you manage your business. And then just a couple of weeks ago, they introduced the phone app. Super, super cool. And then last week, I guess it was yesterday maybe, it's in, the system is in Hungarian, it's in French, Spanish, Italian, a couple other languages, and they're really focused on expanding that as well. So you definitely want to do that. As far as contacting people, let me say this, guys, be real, be authentic, be excited. People are going to buy way more into the height of your enthusiasm versus the depth of your knowledge. You don't need to be an expert in CBD. You don't need to be an expert in network marketing. You need to be an expert in having some passion and believing in what you're doing and why you're doing it, okay? You can lead with the product. You can lead with the opportunity. I believe today, when you look at the landscape, that we have the holy grail here. We have a product line in CBD. CBD, okay, if you're just kind of getting your head around it, is the single biggest trend in wellness. We're probably in the second inning at best in people's awareness of this amazing plant medicine. And people are running around. I mean, obviously it offers a lot of benefits, one of which at the top is helping people manage their anxiety, helping people manage their stress and everything that kind of ripples through the body as a result of that. So, leading with the product is great, but it's an abundant, there's an abundant audience out there for it. But at the same time, there's a huge audience for the opportunity, okay? Because people are today, more than ever, are really trying to figure out, how do I earn additional income stream? How do I control my own destiny? And I believe, as I'm sure Todd will kind of talk about, it's very prevalent, and I believe network marketing is one of the best options out there. But look, at the end of the day, we talked about the system. You just want to tour people through it. You want to let people know what you're doing, what you're looking for, and just qualify people. We're not about slamming square pegs in round holes. We're looking for people to raise their hand. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, as many of you know, how many people are really raising their hands today. Okay, so real important stuff. Now, we're going to skip right through this stuff. Just understand that go to the One Team Works Facebook group, and if you click on the announcement section, okay, you will see a Words That Work document that will give you all kinds of, they're called, I guess you can call them scripts. There's no perfect script for everybody rather, but just read through it, because you can do a business announcement. You can let people know you're looking for business. You can take the softer approach and ask people to do you a favor, give you their opinion. Maybe there's a business announcement, you know, that you're offering, or maybe there's a simple conversation of, hey, what do you know about CBD? You know, and dive into it from a product perspective. But here's the key, guys. I go back to the expectation part. I've had people over the last couple of months say to me, oh, well, I reached out to so-and-so, I sent them my link. They didn't opt into it, okay? If you want people to opt into it, A, you got to set the expectation properly. And B, just use this magic phrase, if I will you. You know, if I send you a link to my marketing system, will you do me a favor and opt in and watch the presentation so I can follow up and get your feedback? You know, if I send you a link to my website, will you take the time to look through the products I'm offering and let me know who you know that may have an interest in the benefits these products provide? I mean, there's so many ways you can do it, but if I will you, if you do that repeatedly, constantly, in every prospecting effort you make, you will become much, much, much more successful. Now, the last thing I think I'll touch base on, Dana, if you don't mind me ripping through this, because I think this is really important, is the community that we have with One Team Works, okay, this umbrella that we're building under the My Daily Choice, is going to be really powerful, really potent, very supportive for you. How you onboard your new associates is going to be critical, okay, really critical. So here's how you do it. First and foremost, with Facebook, you need to invite somebody. So again, setting the expectations. If I just went out and I invited Bob enrolled Bob, I'm going to say to Bob, listen, hey, congratulations, really excited to work with you. First thing I'm going to do, though, is invite you to our online community. It's a Facebook group. It's a private group. I'm going to send you an invite. When you get that invite, accept the invitation. Look for it, accept the invitation. Now, why do you say that? You say that because not everybody's in tune. I mean, what I've found out over the years is that Facebook, social media is a very powerful tool to build your business, but not everybody's kind of like on it every day, all day, okay? But you get them, you invite them. When they accept the invite, you welcome them to the group. Grab a great photo of them for their Facebook. Usually their profile page is something they're certainly most proud about, and do a post. Do a post inviting them. Tag everybody you know, tag everybody you're working with, tag myself, tag Dana, tag anybody, you know, and what happens is, and you guys have experienced this, those of you who've been involved in the group, is you get a warm welcome. What does that do? That really enhances the person getting out of the gate, because now they feel, wow, this is pretty cool. This is bigger than my friend introduced this to me, right? And then you know, you put them through the process. The second thing you do is you tag your new affiliates in the announcement section. That's what I was just talking about. In the announcement section on the left-hand side, we have a 24/7 recording sitting there. And you tag them to it. Now, it's there 24/7. We do these every Saturday, like clockwork, but you don't have to wait for Saturday. Every time you enroll somebody, get them to do that. Give them a homework assignment to get them started out of the gate with their business. You can tag them, and there's a couple other announcements there. Like I said, the words that work or something. Tag them there so they can get off to the right start. And then lastly, Dana, why don't you just touch base on this, and then we'll hand it over to Todd. I know we keep on saying that.
Yeah, we need to bring Todd on. He's going to be, everyone's waiting for him, I feel like. But okay, so, and this is the last thing we will say, and then we're going to bring on the author of The Fearless Networker. Everyone gets his book in their box when they join MDC. He's the company trainer. He's a good friend of mine, really good friend of Dave's for years and years. And he's just amazing. So this is just an example. We have a YouTube channel, One Team Works. Just look for it on YouTube. It has all of our past trainings. I do need to update it for the last couple weeks, but it has a great foundation on that YouTube channel. And if you really scroll down, you'll find a professional unboxing video that I did. And you can share this with your prospects, but we highly encourage you to do it on your own, on your Facebook, go public, show people, oh my gosh, I just got these products in the mail. I'm so excited. Join me in this unboxing. Do it on your stories, do it on your Facebook. Going public is the best way. People can't join you if they don't know what you're doing. And they also can't benefit from the incredible products if they don't know what you're doing. So Dave, we got to bring Todd on. We got to. This guy's too good.
Yes, we do. Hold on, man. All right, so let's end the screen share here for a moment. Okay, so let me expand upon Dana's comments about Todd Falcone. Todd, I have known for 20 years now, a couple decades. Just so you know how I met Todd. Todd has been in the industry 30 years now, 30 years, a couple years more than I. He and I are the same age. We're kind of kindred spirits in a way. It's kind of interesting how it came together. But Todd reached out to me. He actually cold called me. I was actually running an ad in Entrepreneur Magazine in the late 90s. I had a full page ad about a business that I was building, and he cold called me at the time. And it was just it was interesting. I don't know if I did too much of a deep dive and thought about it too deeply at the time, but one thing that Todd did with me is he just kept in touch. It was almost like we were just friends forever, but he constantly just hit me up and so on and so forth. And then eventually we met at a breakfast place called Salty's on the west side of Seattle. And we got to meet each other. And then it was like, dude, like, where have we been all our lives, you know? But what Todd has done in the industry is pretty darn extraordinary. You really should follow him if you don't know him. He is a generic industry trainer for the industry of network marketing. He has spoken on hundreds of stages to hundreds of thousands of people in I don't know how many countries around the world. He is good friends with Josh and Jenna Zweigel and has been the quote unquote official like independent trainer for My Daily Choice since their inception. So he really knows this company super, super well. He knows the ownership super well. And he's really qualified, probably better than clearly better than anybody from an outsider looking in to help you with your business. So Todd, where are you at, brother?
Right here, my friend. What's happening? Good morning.
You're happening. Good morning to you.
Good to see all of you. Dana, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Todd. I'm excited for you to bring the heat. This team just literally, I think they lit the back office on fire last month. And I also think they almost broke the internet on 420. And I see the vision of them still continuing with this growth. What were they able to accomplish and keep it going? And so we want your expertise to tell them how to double their BV in May.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm excited to be here with you guys. And I heard you guys had a booming month, which is amazing. I'm actually going to start. I'm going to go back 30 years really quickly because I know some of you guys it's probably your first exposure to me. But as David mentioned, I cold called him out of a magazine ad 20 years ago. But I got started in the network marketing profession as a result of a cold call. I had a guy, I was graduating out of the marketing department at Long Beach State looking for a job and hungry to start my career, if you will. And some guy called me up and said, hey, my name is Jim. I'm with Orange County Marketing. We're a marketing company. We're looking for people that can train and manage others in the expansion of our company. We want to talk to you. And I thought, oh my God, you're already hunting me out. This is so great. I didn't know this is the way college worked. They actually come and get you. You don't even have to go get a job, right? And so I was so nice. I shared that with you because I didn't even know what network marketing was. I had never known it. I'd never heard of it. I had never known anyone that had ever been in it. I mean, I was 22 at the time. And so I remember walking into this training center in Irvine, California, thinking I'm going to a job interview and, being met with this amazing positive energy. Like it was very different because I had been interviewing with Enterprise Rental Car. They actually hire college grads in their manager trainee program. And I remember going to that interview and the lady was super grumpy. I said, yeah, I'm here for the interview. And she's like, have a seat over there. I was like, oh, okay, And then I went to this place and it's like before I even knew what the heck I was getting myself into, I was like, man, these people are cool. They're fun. They're having a good time. And like the energy to me before even though I still thought it was a job at that point, I was like, I want to work here. Like before I even knew what the job entailed or who the boss was or any of that stuff. And I walked into this presentation room and I thought, where's the boss? I'm still getting all nervous. Like I got to shake the boss's hand and all these other people and like 75 chairs. And I watched this business opportunity presentation and, like as a 22-year-old kid who like at that time, my only jobs were like Jack in the Box, McDonald's, parking cars at Kelly's restaurant and selling cable TV door to door in Spanish, which I can still do to this day. I can just rip out the script right now and sell you guys HBO in Spanish because I memorized that thing so long ago. But I got to the end of that presentation and I thought, God, this is just brilliant. Like, I mean, this makes sense. Like, why would it, like, first of all, I don't know about you, but I've never really liked having a boss. and having, because I literally actually I sold shoes at a standard shoe, women's shoes, for about 6 months. And Fred Socia was this guy, and he used to always stand over me like this. And, you know, I was so uncomfortable with like being stared at while I'm trying to actually do my job. And that was like the trigger for me. I think that was like, I don't want to have a boss. So when I saw network marketing, I got really excited about it, and I took action. And, you know, I think that's, and I was very fortunate when I started in the profession to be in an organization that had systems, had processes, had incredible training. And I, you know, I popped in here a little bit early, and, you know, heard Dana and David talking, and, you know, talking a little bit about the systems. You know, like, here's the thing, like, and this is something I got to tell you, like, so I've spoken now in 30 countries. I've been all over the world speaking for different network marketing organizations and companies. And, you know, it's fascinating to me is there are so many companies that don't have systems. Like I did a training last week for a company that's probably 700 million a year, and they're 18 years old, and they don't have a marketing system. They don't have like a clean process. And so, like, when David was talking earlier about the system, like, you guys have, like, for example, the websites. I haven't seen all of them, but I know you guys have all these different capture pages. You can drive people through the tour and all of that. Like that, you need to be driving people through that. That's like don't be like, here's something that people do all the time. They get into a network marketing business and they try to do it their own way, but they don't have a way. Like if I was building a business right now and you were coming onto my team and you start doing your own thing, trying to do your own thing, and I'm like, dude, why don't you just do yourself a favor and make your first 10 grand a month my way, and then if you want to go screw it up after that, you're welcome to. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you've never even done this before, and you're going to sit here and like try to figure it out. Why would you want to try to figure it out? I mean, I think like what you guys have, I know for a fact what you guys have from a system standpoint with the app, which I think just recently came out like a month or so ago, and all the capture pages that you guys have is brilliant. All you got to do is get people through that tour. And then what's so cool is, like, I was actually part of a system like in the mid 1990s that was similar. It was actually the first, I guess, iteration of what you guys have available through My Daily Choice, where people start piling in, you get pre-enrollees, and then you have the upgrade on Thursday, right? And so all the people, there's like this fear of loss. Oh my gosh, this person joined, this person joined, this person joined. And let me tell you something, there's magic in that. In fact, I put, when we first did that back in like 98, I put over 10,000 people into an organization in about 6.5 months by doing exactly what you guys have available to you. And it's so cool because you don't have to do like all this work that so many people have had to do with like putting together a system and coming up with an idea. Like everything is like, the track is there for you guys to run on, and the proof is already in the pudding. Like, I remember when Josh, I'll give you a quick background for some of you guys that don't know, like, my relationship with Josh and how I'm, even with you guys today. Like, probably about 8 years ago, I was in my office in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I got my phone rings and I answer my phone. That's what I do. And it's this, young kid. Hey, I want to introduce myself to you. My name's Josh Wagle, and, I've been following your trainings for a long time. And, I'm in this company and things are going great. And I've used your little black book of scripts and how to win in the game of prospecting and some of this other training. And I just want to say you've made a big impact on my life in terms of my ability to understand how to prospect. And I was talking to him. I'm like, how old are you? And I think at the time he was 21. He started when he was 18. And I just love young entrepreneurs, right? Because I started at 22. So anytime I'm like talking to like somebody who has already by the age of 22 has their head in the game, because most of my friends at the age of 22 certainly did not have their head in the game. They were like, had their head someplace else, right? And so I just really have like a love for young entrepreneurs. Not that I don't like older entrepreneurs, okay? I do. But, when somebody comes in that's like young and hungry, there's something cool about that. So we just kind of became friends. And then when he was launching My Daily Choice, he actually called me. I heard about it before they ever launched. He goes, yeah, I'm going to launch this company and this is what we're doing. I'm like, cool. If I can do anything for you, let me know. And he's like, yeah, as a matter of fact, you can. I'm like, what? He's like, can you do some videos for me for the back office? I think those videos are actually still in your back office under the like lead training or something. I produce those like, like, look at my face, right? I think I had clean, like unshaved face, and I've been wearing a beard for at least like the last 5 years. So I did those videos, and then, Josh called me right before they introduced CBD, and I'm very well versed in the cannabis space. I'll just leave it there. I'm well in the know in that space. I have former employees that are in the THC side of that business on a legal scale up in Washington State. And so I've just kind of been like just in the know, I guess, if you will, and was well aware of CBD as well. And when Josh called me, he said, "Hey, we're bringing CBD into the mix." And I remember the conversation. I'm like, "Oh, dude." He said, "What?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, get ready to just absolutely crush it. Like, you guys are going to blow up." And he's like, "Yeah." I go, "Oh man." I'm like, "Look out." And they went from what? Couple million to 10 million to 100 million to 170 million. Like that. Like, what I think you guys finished up like 170, 180 this last year, which is unbelievable. And the other thing is, like, I want to share this with you, because I know David was talking about like the compensation plan and getting qualified and all of that. Like, I don't know what your background is, and I'm not going to say you need to also understand all the intricate details of the compensation plan. But let me just tell you this: like, I look at comp plans. I'm not going to say I'm the numbers expert, because I'm not, but I can look at a comp plan after 30 years of doing this and go, wow, this one pays out a ton. And the beautiful thing, like you have an owner that has a background in the field. Like, sometimes owners can't, like field people aren't really good owners. Like, I've seen people go from field to ownership and they just kind of suck at it, to be honest with you. And they're just not really good at it. Josh is just really, really smart. And until you get to know him, like, personally, like, I don't know how many of you had a personal interaction, but like, I always talk about, I don't know why, like, he's just a cool dude. But I was talking about him yesterday, and he's just, I'll just say this. He's brilliant. Like, literally, like, the intelligence level that this guy has, until you interact with him, you just don't know. You just see like, oh, who's this cool looking dude with a beard and glasses that's running a CBD company? The guy is freaking smart, like really, 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 really smart. And I know that because I got a couple other friends that are really, really smart, and it's like their brains just work differently. And so when he's, added CBD to the mix, and I was talking to him about the compensation plan and things that they were doing, the way that they operate this company is so distributor friendly. It's so aimed towards you guys. And the cool thing is, like, he's been in the field and had stuff happen in the field. And he's like, well, I don't like the way that feels, so I'm not going to do it that way. And so you're with a company that really, in my opinion, really cares about their affiliates. And I think their compensation plan shows it. And I got to say this, like, I get, I think Dave was talking about like director, executive, all the different packs, good, better, best. I got to tell you this, everybody here, if you're going to build this business, you need to be at the executive level. Okay. I've looked at your compensation plan enough to know that you must be at the executive level from the standpoint of your pay, maximizing your pay from the beginning. Like, those jump starts go from I think 35 to 50%. And then it's like 50, 38, 5 in terms of like the levels of jumpstart bonuses that you get. I've seen I work with a lot of people in my daily choice, so I've seen the checks, and that little extra investment that you have up front, which is like $5.99 to do the executive pack. If you do the executive pack, first of all, that's a tax deductible investment into your business, so it's not like it's just a straight out of pocket expense. $5.99 to start a business, quite frankly, is an absolute joke. I mean, like, really, like, it costs nothing. That's nothing. You end up with some stuff that you can try and sample. But if you're like director right now and you haven't upgraded to executive, I would say that before the day ends today, you just get it done. It puts you in a better position. You don't want to go into May and this whole idea of being able to double your business. I think you could double or triple or quadruple your business, honestly, in the month of May. For a lot of reasons, because so many people are at home right now and they're wondering what the heck they're going to do. Do you know how many people are sitting at home going, what am I going to do? Like, to me, there's never been a better time in network marketing history than right now to be on it. And there are so many people that are at home right now going, what am I going to do? And here we are, like, there's people that don't have, like, I've had many conversations with friends of mine in and out of network marketing. And I got a bunch of buddies of mine that are like literally out of business. They're they run companies, they run businesses, they're sitting at home and they're going, wow, what am I going to do? Because their business is dependent on what happens out there. Now, of course, we all want to go out there again. I get it. We all want to go to restaurants and go to concerts and go do things and all of that. But I think this is a big wake-up call for a lot of people, and they're realizing, wow, I don't have the ability to make money working from home. Not that they don't have the ability, they just haven't done it yet because you haven't yet introduced them to an option, which I think is really the only viable option right now for somebody to, if you don't have like specific skill sets in a particular area. I did an example, like I made fun of myself the other day, like my hands, like these are, you can't touch them right now, but my hands are super soft. These are like, I guess they're not white collar hands, they're just at home hands, but they're not handyman hands. My wife calls me the not so handyman because I'm not very handy. And so if I was handy, I could be at home and I'd be like, hey, I can go, hustle and fix somebody's stuff and maybe make some extra money, but I don't have those skills. The cool thing is somebody with no specific skill set in being able to work on a car or being able to fix stuff or being able to make stuff or whatever can just come in here and plug and play into, and I know David was mentioning this, into an industry that, look, I mean, the awareness right now on CBD is insane. Like, and still, I actually talked to a friend of mine last week and he goes, I don't really know what CBD is. Like, and he's a smart guy, but he still doesn't really know what it is. So there's been this suppression on the plant, on the hemp plant for like 5 decades. And because I've watched the company grow and I've watched what's happened in the news over the last like couple of years with CBD, and with the farm bill being signed originally by Obama and then recently by Trump, like now that it like opens up for, for hemp to be grown legally in the United States for the first time in like over 50 years. Some of you may not know that, but so it's been suppressed for so long. And then the people that know about the plant benefits are like, oh my God, I can get it legally now. Cool. Awesome. And then people are like, wait a minute, what is it? I have a pain, or I'm not sleeping very well, or I've got this issue or that issue. And they're learning about it now, and nobody wants to take a pill. Nobody really wants to take a pill. I don't care who you are. You're not like, you'd much rather do something that's natural, that comes from some plant or some organic substance rather than something else. And like, I've had multiple friends that have reached out to me over the last couple of years in fact, I have a couple of friends of mine that have started CBD businesses, all of which, by the way, have failed. And I'll tell you this, 2 years ago, I started a CBD company. What's so funny right now is I'm not going to move my camera, but I've got all my tax stuff right here. Like literally, I'm going through the tax stuff for my CPA, and it's all losses. And it's all losses because starting a CBD business and finding merchanting and doing all that stuff is a pain in the butt. And the other thing is, and with my business partner, we were talking about like, okay, marketing, how do we market this? Well, as a network marketing speaker and trainer, I wasn't going to go start a network marketing company, not after 15 years of speaking independently in the field. So we're sitting here trying to figure out how the heck we're going to market it. And you know what? The only way to really market CBD is through network marketing. It is the best model, period, end of story, to be able to market CBD products on a large scale. Yeah, you could go start a corner store. Like we've got this place called Strictly CBD in Bend, and it's on a corner. How much are you going to sell off of a corner? I guarantee you Dana and David's organization sold more in a week than that place did in 3 months, right? Off of a corner store. So here's what I want to say to you guys. Look, again, marry yourself to the system. Don't allow yourself to deviate from the system. Don't allow yourself to even think about trying to reinvent something that is clearly proven to work. I can't express to you that enough. I mean, I deal with this all the time when I'm training people, is they just want to try to do it their own way, and they don't even have a way. Number 2, yes, absolutely. You need to be at that executive level now. Like today, as in like when this training is over, if you're not executive, go get that done. The 2 on the left, 2 on the right, to me is such a beautiful thing. I get in, I'm on a $90 PV auto ship. I put 2 people on my left, 2 people on my right, and that's the model. 2 on the left. Now, of course, you don't stop at 2. And by the way, congratulations to all of you that, double ranked and went crazy last month and got a bunch of shares in the bonus pool. That's awesome. You have to understand this. Like, people do what people see. They're not going to do what you tell them to do. You could sit there and got done a director pack, but you're trying to tell them, first of all, you're not going to even be able to talk to them about an executive pack hardly, because you never even did the executive pack. So you're never going to talk about it. Don't even tell me you're going to. Okay. You can't kid a kidder. I've done this thing for so long. I remember working with this guy, Craig, in my organization. And we had 3 levels of membership. This was monthly. It was $150, $300, and $600 a month. This is actually the company I was with when I met David 20 years ago. $150 a month in dollars, $300 or $600 a month. That's how much the investment was in this company. And I'm working with this guy, Craig, and I'm looking through his organization, and Craig is a basic member in this company, which was $150 a month. And his whole group, everybody in his downline, 100% of them were basic members. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, Craig, bro, like, you're serious about this business, right? He's like, yeah. I said, you need to upgrade. Because like, you're not even talking Advantage or Premier, and you're like, literally, you're like not only stymieing your own earning ability, you're stymieing everybody else's ability. I said, you need to upgrade. So I got him to upgrade to Advantage. And then 2-3 months later, I started looking through his organization. He's got all these Advantage members and all of these basic members. I'm like, hey, how's your check doing? He's like, my check is like 3 times what it was before. I said, of course it is. I said, it's time for you to upgrade to Premier. Premier was $600 per month. This is like in the mid 1990s, right? This isn't even close to 600. That was like every month you're shelling out $600. So I said, Craig, you got to upgrade to Premier. He upgrades to Premier. And then I check in the organization a few months later, Premier, Advantage, Basic. And his check went from nothing to substantial over a period of 5 or 6 months, just because it's very hard to sell something that you've never done. Especially like if I said to you, like, hey, David, how did you start? And you're like, director. Okay, cool. I'm starting a director. If you said to me, hey, how did you start? And I'm like, executive. Oh, okay. I'm going to start executive pack. Or even if you didn't start, you don't want to lie. Let's say you came in and you did director pack, or you bought a bottle or something. You could say, look, I came in, I bought a couple bottles of CBD, or I started with a director pack, but I realized how important it was for me to be executive. So I immediately upgraded to executive because I didn't want to miss out on commissions. So, and the other thing is, I don't know that everybody even realizes, like, I've seen the check match. That's the other side of that equation. That check match is huge. Like, and for you to not be at the minimum, the executive level on that check match is just foolishness. Like, you're going to make it up in check match from people very, very quickly just with that. I mean, you're going to make it up in jump starts and check match. And then you got binary, bonus pool, all these other things. So it just doesn't make any sense to me why somebody wouldn't be at that executive level. I understand why, oh gosh, I mean, it's $5.99. That seems kind of expensive. I don't have the money. You probably have the money on your credit card. And if you don't want to worry about it, then hustle. Right? I mean, that's the deal. It's like, I when I started in network marketing, I walked in the door as a 22-year-old kid with this much dollars in my savings account. Like, do you see that? That's literally $0 with a college credit card that had a $500 limit on it. Remember that when they start you off in debt in college, they give you a $500 credit card. I handed them my credit card, limited it out my purchase. This is 1989, you guys. $500 on my credit card. And then they handed me a thing called a convenience charge, which I filled out. And a convenience charge was borrowing another $500 at 28.99% interest. So I started my business like filling up my credit card, then taking a loan out basically and I invested $1,000 in starting my business as a 22-year-old kid. If you're hungry, and you're going to get, like, if you want this, like, the $5.99 is going to be made up so fast, but it's going to be made up actually much less faster, if that's the right term, if you are at the director level. So, I mean, I know the comp plan enough to know that you guys need to make that decision. And then the other thing is, I think I heard David mention this while I came in, and I was like in like 10 minutes before I started talking or whatever, about the 90 PV auto ship. That's also mandatory, because that's what gets you into that binary qualified position. And if you're talking to people and you're going executive 90, that's what everybody is basically going to do. Now, not everybody's going to do it, but if you're like, yeah, I'm on 40 and I did director, nobody's going to do it. Nobody's going to do it. And so you're basically stymieing your own ability to earn and everybody else's ability to earn, because you're not leading by example. You're not setting the pace. And I understand it might be a stretch for you. I get that. But I'm sure like everybody here has got, okay, well, I can put a couple extra $100 on my credit card. And if you go hustle in the month of May, I don't see how you couldn't make it up in the month of May and already be back into a profit and get all that money back and then some, because you're actually qualifying for way more money on quick starts and check match. So I don't want to belabor that issue so much. I just think that you really have to understand how much people do what it is that they see you doing. You know, I can sit here and tell you to do something, but if you watch me do something, it's like, I'm a parent, right? Your kids do what you do. Your children are going to do exactly what they see you doing. So if my kid sees me doing something, he's like modeling after daddy. And what kind of behavior do I want to model for my children? Right? What kind of behavior do you want to model for the people in your organization? Now, let's talk a little bit about what when I'm in front of an audience, regardless of who that audience is, I will speak about like what I call this is my formula for success. It's an acronym. It's MASS, MASS, and it's mindset plus action plus skill set equals success. This business is a big time mindset game, right? It's how you feel about you and your own abilities. It's how you feel about the business model of network marketing. It's how you feel about this company. It's how you feel about these products. It's how you feel about the leadership. All of that impacts your ability to go out and do this business in a big way. When I started in the profession, I was, like I said, I was hungry. And I remember early on, it was like I think I started in August of 89. And I think it was January of 90. I had this guy in the office come up to me and he said, hey, there was a seminar that was going on in La Jolla, California. And he said, you go to the event? And I said, I'm not. Because I didn't have the money. It was $300, right? I just spent $500 and borrowed $500. I had zero in savings. And now again, look at that. That's a 22-year-old kid making that move. A 22-year-old kid that has no business experience whatsoever. $500 my credit card, $500 that I borrowed. And then this guy's like, dude, you need to be at the seminar and it's $300. And I was like, I'm not going. He said, do you want to be a leader in this company? And I said, yeah, I do. He said, leaders attend events. You need to be at the event. And he turned and he walked away from me. He didn't even look back and give me a smirk. And here's a guy that I had respect for. I wanted what he had. And maybe it was my naivete or my desire, my hunger, or a combination of those things where I was like, oh, I got to be there. It's not even a choice for me to not be there. And I made it happen. I slept in my car. I slept in my 1989, almost a new car, by the way, my 1989 Toyota Corolla DX Deluxe. I guess that stood for. I just remember the DX on the back of it. Only time I ever slept in my car at an event, but I share that with you because those people who want it bad enough always figure out a way to make it happen. And I didn't know what that event had in store for me. I didn't have, because I'd never been to a seminar. I'd been to college classes, but I had never been to a seminar. And that very first event, I learned a ton. I learned about the business. I got to see the bigger picture and come to the realization that it was way bigger than I thought it was. It wasn't just me and all these people in this office. It was hundreds of other people from all over the world that were at this, or in the United States, that were at this event. And it gave me a higher, I don't know, it shifted something for me in terms of like, wow, this is, I thought this was really cool, but now I realize how cool this is. And so I know we're not really physically going to events in the quite near future. Like here we are on a virtual Super Saturday. But I just think that you guys need to understand that the importance of like here we are starting May, right? It's the beginning of May. What is your objective for the month of May? What are you going to do for the month of May? I think that I did a training last week with a group of people, and I think this can be absolutely life altering for you. I think I might have done this, Dana, with the smaller group of people we did a couple weeks ago. So some of you guys are going to hear this again, but if you hear it again, what I want you to think of is, what did you do after I did this with you like 2.5 weeks ago? So like the number one activity that leads to revenue, just so you guys know, and I think you already know, is exposure. If you're not putting people into the tour, you're not in the business, right? That's the name of the game, is inviting people to take a look, getting them in front of the tour, letting the tour do the work, and getting as many pre-enrollees into that process as possible. So, and how do we do that? We do that by reaching out to people and by actively, making things happen. Like you are, like I'm not talking about like I'm doing a Facebook Live and keeping my fingers crossed that somebody might reach out to me. I'm talking about you're picking up the phone, you're texting somebody, you're calling somebody saying, look, I just launched a CBD business, or all the little scripts that David put up in front of you that are inside of your website, which I'd have those things printed out. I'd have them in front of me. I would read them, reread them until it becomes totally conversational. You don't want to be looking at a script going, hi, my name is Todd Falcone. Oh, I can't even say my own. Hi, I'm calling you because I started a CBD. You want to practice, right? Like think about a sport that you participated in as a child or as a teen. You always practice before you actually did it. So I think that's something that's very, very missing in network marketing, is people they say they want to be good, but they're not actually practicing and working on getting good. So I know you guys had an amazing month. Like first of all, on 420, look what you guys did on 420. If you guys did what you did on 420 and through the entire month of April, how could you not do that again? How could you not do that again? You guys hustled. And because I talked to David and Dana right after that, and they're like, dude, we had everybody went out and crushed it. And the amount of extra volume that you guys did from that 420 sale was huge. Why can't you do that every single day? Why can't you have that kind of hunger and hustle every single day? So I think what I would like for you guys to do is pick a number. This is what I did with a smaller group a couple weeks ago. Is what you need to do in this business is you have to have a level of discipline, right? You have to force yourself, because the only way for you to grow is for you to do things that are slightly uncomfortable, right? You will never grow or never expand yourself until you put yourself into the position of discomfort. In fact, the position of discomfort is the growth position. Just like stretching, like I'm not gonna stand up and stretch, but like I'm, got pretty flexible doing yoga over the last year. And when I started doing yoga, I wasn't very flexible at all, but I kept pushing myself. Like if you stood up right now and you try to touch your toes, you get to that point of discomfort with your legs straight, and all of a sudden it starts to hurt. Well, you push yourself into that position of discomfort and you hold yourself there for a period of time, and then you get back and you do it again the next day and the next day and the next day. In a period of weeks, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm literally putting my palms on the floor while my legs are completely straight, because that's how you grow, by stretching yourself into this position of discomfort. So I don't know what your numbers are. You do. And this is a numbers game, right? It is definitely a numbers game. So what I would encourage you to do is make a new law in your life, make a new rule for yourself in your life. And this is what I did with this leadership group. And that is, and this isn't a goal. This is a law, like an unbreakable law. And the example, you guys remember the example I use is kind of like, I don't even know why I grabbed this example when I first did it, but you're not going to leave your house later this afternoon stark naked, going to the grocery store and going shopping, wearing your mask only. Okay. Not one person here, even if you're like a nudist and it's 85 degrees where you live and you're like, I need the sun, I need my vitamin D. You're not going to jump out of your car stark naked with your flip-flops on and your mask on and go grocery shopping. Why? Because it's against the law, and somebody will absolutely go, hey, crazy person here, officer, there's somebody naked in the grocery store wearing only a mask and flip-flops. You will be handcuffed in the back of a car and taken to jail, right? And I don't know. I used that as an example on a training about a month ago, and I was like, that worked pretty good. I think I'm gonna keep using that example. And the reason you won't do it again is because it's against the law. And so any sane person won't do it. Now, here's the thing. Why don't you have laws like that for your business? Like my law, for example, and this is your new law for the month of May. Never does a day pass without me doing X, or I never finish a day until I have done blank. And here's what the X or the blank is. What is the, and it's a number, the daily minimum number of intentional invites or reach outs. That means you're like, okay, here's my number. Let's say it's, I don't know. I mean, most of us are probably still going to be home for the whole month of May, right? I'm pretty sure we're not going to be unleashed fully in the month of May. I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not feeling like world's going back to normal in the month of May. So you guys have probably more time on your hands than you've ever had. So I don't know what the number is for you. It needs to be something that forces you to stretch, but you can reach every day. So is it 5? Is it 10? How many of you think you could do 10 invites a day for the next, whatever, for the next 30 days or 20, whatever, today's May 2nd. How many of you think you can do 10 a day? Like, that's, if that was your only thing, it's like, my objective is I don't go to bed until I've done 10 invites minimum. Like, if it's 5 o'clock and you're finishing at 5:30 and you're at 7, that means you've got 3 more to do minimum before you finish your day. What if that was a law in your life? What if that was an unbreakable rule that, like, that's just like part of what you do? Because the thing is, like, you don't leave your house naked. Why? Because it's a law. It's literally a law. It's called indecent exposure. Well, what if you created this kind of discipline in your business? Understand what discipline, here's the definition of discipline, is giving yourself an order and following through on that order. That's what discipline essentially is. So, okay, well, the order I've given myself is I don't ever let a single day pass until I've done at least 10 invites, or whatever your number is. I don't think 1 is a big enough number. 2, probably not either. But I mean, and then, you know, I've run this A-team program and I got like 566 people in this one. And I had some guy say 50. Like 50. So you're telling me you're never going to go to bed ever until you've done 50 invites? 50. You sure you can live up to that? Because this is, again, not a goal. A goal is something that we're striving for. And with okay, I want to be 5K by May 30th. Here's what I'm willing to give, and this is what I'm willing to give up in order to attain that goal, which I may or may not hit, right? It's something that you're shooting for. So this is different than something you're shooting for. So I don't want you to pick a number that you're shooting for. I want you to pick a number that you live to every single day, that you don't just lip it, you live it, right? And I'll tell you right now, there's not a single soul here that would ever have a problem making money. I saw all your whys when I came in. I saw you guys putting your whys in there, more time with family, this, that, and the other. All of you will be able to have the things in your life that you want if you have this kind of simple daily discipline. I mean, think about it. Oh, my whole objective to every day is I'm gonna do 10 new reach outs a day and invite these people to go take a look at this product, at this business, get them in front of a tour. What if you did 10 a day over the next 30 days? That would be 300 exposures. How many people we got in here? Oh my gosh, 300 times 100, that's a lot. How many exposures is that? This organization, honestly, if that were to take place, would not just double in the month of May. Your business would triple or quadruple in the month of May. That's like 300 individual exposures per person here on this Zoom, right? And all you got to do is, you don't ever know until you ask. David, I've got this cool thing I'm doing. I'd love to show you what I'm up to. If I sent you to this video, would you go in there and take a peek at it, watch these 4 videos so I can get your feedback? And the biggest, in fact, my book, my brand is the Fearless Networker. My book, Fearless Networking, is in every one of your distributor kits. I hope you actually have read it and you didn't just go throw me in the closet. I don't look good in the bottom of your closet, just so you know. Where do I look good is sitting on your desk and all wrinkled up and used. That's when I look good. That's when I know you've been digging through this and actually using what's in this book, because from page 1 to the end of this book is all how-to stuff when it comes to the fundamentals of inviting, sharing the product, sharing the business, addressing common questions and objections. And I just know that, look, because you guys have such good systems, I don't care how good you are or not good you are, you're not the issue. The system does the work for you. You have to do the work to invite people to the system. But I got people, I don't want to make fun of anybody, or I've met a lot of people over the last couple of years in my Daily Choice Hemp Works at different events. And I mean, there's some people that have got like almost no social skills whatsoever. I don't want to be mean, but like very little social skills, and they're absolutely crushing it. Like I met a guy a couple years ago, and I was like, wow, you're making 25 grand a month in this deal? That's insane. Holy smokes. 25 grand a month. And this guy could barely even have a conversation with me. And honestly, in probably any other deal, I don't think he could do it, because any other deal that doesn't have the kind of marketing structures and systems in place, he wouldn't be able to do it, because it would be more dependent on him rather than the systems that he has available to him. So I'm like, he doesn't know I'm talking about him, and I would never throw anybody under the bus like that. But when I met that guy, I was like, man, if you can make 25 grand a month, everybody's got a chance here, is my thought. Right. And I've had enough, interaction with you. Like, you guys, look, we're early on in the month. The time right now is to make the decision. Like, what are you going to do this month? The sprint starts now, and the sprint doesn't finish until whatever 12 midnight on the last day of the month, where you I just think amazing things can happen. I like, you got to look at where your volume is now from how you finished up this last month. Let me finish with this. Okay. I don't have access to be looking at all of your organizations and seeing who's on auto ship, who's not on auto ship, who's on 90, who's not. But that definitely needs to happen. Like, you need to create a culture of people on that 90 PV auto ship. And that's just like, again, there will be some people that don't do it, but they're going to feel, honestly, they'll feel left out, and they'll feel like they're not really playing the way they need to be playing if they're not, because that's all you guys talk about. That's the message. So if that's the message, and I'm sitting there going, I'm on a 40 PV auto ship, I'm like, I feel like I'm not part of the cool kids club. And I feel like I'm out of the circle. I want to be in the circle. And that's a cultural thing that happens from the top down. I know David and Dana talk about that all the time, but that's something that is going to help everybody in the entire organization rank up faster. It's going to help them qualify faster. It's going to help them make sure that they don't lose out on commissions. I mean, if somebody is not fully qualified, and then, they have a bunch of people come in and they miss out on, the jumpstart bonuses, or they're not getting as high of a check match because they're not qualified. And had they just made that one decision, would have totally changed their check. I just look, I don't know. The amount of people that are sitting at home praying to God right now, if they're religious, they're at home praying to God, please, Lord, bring me something good. Bring me a sign. Bring me something. Bring me something that's like, bring me a light, something like, because I don't know what's going to happen. If they're not religious, they're at home going, bring me something, man. Bring me a sign. And we are the only viable solution for, I don't want to say the average person, but for the human being to step into something, plug in, and play without having to have some specific skill set, like some specific handyman or design skill or something. They can come in here and they can go do. So my message to you guys has been, number one, again, I know David said this at the beginning, be system dependent. Don't even allow yourself to step off the system for a second, because here's the thing, duplication in an organization happens for only two reasons. Number one, because systems are in place. And number two, because you guys keep things very, very simple. If you don't have simplicity and you don't have systems, then you don't have duplication. Because I'm not duplicatable. Dana's not duplicatable. David's not duplicatable, but systems are. When you're system dependent and those systems and processes are easy to follow, that's where you create duplication, which, by the way, is look at how much the company's grown. 10 million, 100 million, 170 million. You think that happened by accident? Okay, let me also just tell you this, and then I'll finish with this. I've spoken for a bunch of other CBD companies, and ain't nobody even coming close to touching you guys in terms of sales volume. Not even remotely, not even sniffing at their toes close. Okay. I spoke for 3 other network marketing companies that sell CBD products last year, and they're tiny in comparison. And they don't have a lot of things. They definitely don't have the marketing systems. They don't have the compensation plan. They don't have I don't know, there's some cool vibe factor about this company too. There's like there's a culture in this company. Like some companies have started like, hey, let's sell CBD because that's cool. But they're not really they're not, they're not into the culture of what this plant medicine can do for people. They're just like, oh, it's hot, let's add CBD, right? And that's not a company I would want to be affiliated with, because they're just jumping on the bandwagon and it's really not a priority for them. But obviously this brand has done exceptionally well. And of course, there's other brands that MDC has, and I know I've kind of been focused on the CBD side. You know what's going to go crazy when this is done is the travel side. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, who's not going to want to travel when this is all done? When we're done, everybody's going, I'm going to Hawaii, I'm going to the tropics, I'm going someplace, and you might as well save money on travel rather than pay full pop for it. So look at your numbers from April, how you finished up April, and go, you know what? I'm going to double or triple it. I think you can triple it in the month of May. I really do. And it's how you start and how you finish. Like if you start running now and you run, and you make that law for yourself that I mentioned, and you stick to that law, that rule every single day, and you're just running hard for the month of May, running as hard as you can, and then you finish the month really strong. Those last 5 days of the month are really important. I don't have the time to get into how you close a month strong. Maybe I can come back and do a future training on that or something, but those last 5 days of the month are vital. Like let's give you a quick example. Let's say you're at the end of the month and you're at $50,000 in volume and you're on the 25th of the month. You can literally take $50,000 in volume and turn it into 150 in 5 days if you close out the month properly, by working from the bottom up and like helping people qualify and make sure that they hit their rank. So David, Dana, I appreciate you guys so much. And you guys did a great job. I heard about all the rank advancements and all the increase in volume. And I'm just excited for you guys. I mean, you guys are off to an amazing start, and this is just the very beginning. And like I said, I speak for a lot of company or a lot of organizations within this company. I don't know this is absolute fact, but I'm pretty sure you guys are one of the fastest growing teams in the entire company right now, based on the numbers that I'm seeing, because I know what's going on inside the company. So that's pretty cool to know that you guys are part of one of the fastest growing teams in the entire company. So, all right, you guys, I'll pass it back to you, and appreciate the opportunity to be in here.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Todd. We need to do like a team dance for Todd right now. I'm just going to film it, everyone with their videos off, and we're just going to do a Todd dance. Ready? Everyone start dancing. Woo! Look at this team rocking it out.
That's so funny. I love it.
You guys are awesome. So how grateful are you guys to Todd right now? Put it in the chat. Let's show him some love. Let's show him some gratitude. He didn't have to do this for us. He's the company trainer. We asked him as a favor. He's a longtime friend of David's, for a few years, a friend of mine. He's just a really incredible trainer. And I love, someone said in the chat earlier, Todd is a straight shooter. And I like that. I like that he's no BS. And he tells us what we need to do to succeed. He's not sugarcoating it. He's saying, hey, you have to show up. You have to do the work. You have to have the self-discipline, but it can pay off big time in this company, with the retention being high, with the systems. It's easier to grow fast in this company if you are willing to do the work. And I love that, because first of all, it helps all of us to make that decision to go to the next level together, right? We have to make a decision. So thank you, Todd, so much. David, what'd you think?
I thought it was awesome. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it, brother. And we're definitely gonna have you back, man. We're gonna put you in the hot seat here at least once a month. So you can fit that into your world. Maybe it's a Monday mastermind, maybe it's a Saturday. We'll see. There's no skiing going on, so we know we can leverage you a little bit. But thank you very much, man.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'll appreciate the hot seat anytime. So you guys have a great Saturday and enjoy the rest of your training.
Thank you, Todd.
Thanks,
my big vision is for us to have a team retreat somewhere really tropical and invite our friend Todd to come. And that's the big vision, right? And so thank you, Todd, so much.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Cool. So here's what I was thinking, Dana. I was thinking, look, I mean, this is a lot of information. We've been on here for some time, and we haven't lost a person. Maybe a couple of people had to go out and get some lunch or something. But here's the thing. Let's advance what we've just learned here. Let's make something of it. Here's my challenge. Sit back. If you haven't done so already, write a list of 20 people down today. 20 people that you have not approached, or maybe you have in some degree, okay? 20 people. That's, you take 100 and some odd people times 20. That's 2,000 people, okay? A 24-hour challenge. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Aloha, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, at 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dana and I will do a business showcase. We will bring the fire. We will tell the story of MDC. We will, as many of you have kind of plugged into that. How many people do you think you can invite to that business showcase? Okay, to start your month off right. You've got a lot of great information here. How many people do you think you can do? What do you need to say? Go to the Words That Work section, pull it down, just speak from your heart, speak from the passion. Whether you're asking for somebody to show up and get your opinion, or you have some influence over somebody and you can say, look, you need to see what I'm doing. Whatever it may be, challenge yourself to do that. Will you guys like us to do that for tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Would that be cool? Okay, listen, you got to challenge yourself, though. Here's the thing. You got to challenge yourself, just like we're going to challenge ourselves to go out and bring it, okay? There are plenty of affiliates who didn't even experience what you just experienced here, okay? We're gonna stop. We're gonna cut this recording. We're gonna actually send it out sometime today so you can forward on to those who may have missed it. And oh, by the way, if you're not on the texting service, okay, you need to text One Team Works with an X on the end, all one word, One Team Works to 46786, okay, because that's how we kind of predominantly communicate when we do such things. But I think that's it, Dana. I think, and I'm open to any elaboration you want, but I think that would be a great idea for tomorrow afternoon or evening, depending on where you are time-wise. Load it up. Treat it as if it's the launch of your business. I tell this story often. When I first got involved in network marketing in the early 90s, it was before the internet. I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but we did these things called PBRs. They were private business receptions. And the way we launched our businesses, we literally had to have people come into our living rooms, and somebody would come by and push play on a VHS recorder, and it would tell the story for us. You don't need to do that, but treat this as if Josh Weigel, Dana McGrady, Dave Scoltetti, anybody is coming to your living room to do a presentation. How many people would you invite? Okay, it's so easy in today's day and world. I don't want to say, maybe complacent isn't the right word, but because everything's digitized and we just like, well, it's like we get around to what we can. It's not. Now this is real. This is the future of network marketing. What you're experiencing right here. This is the future of it. Okay, it's the future of business, quite honestly. So, invite somebody to your living room tomorrow night, and if we all show up and we all bring a handful of people, can you imagine how powerful that would be? Here's what happens. People look at it and say, whoa, something's going on here. Why are all these people on a Sunday afternoon listening to hear a story about CBD or a business one can start? Okay, so that's my challenge to you guys. Dig deep on that. It doesn't matter who it is, but dig deep on that. Really dig deep and put a 24-hour effort in play. You got basically 30 hours before that goes down.
The one thing I could say is if April taught us anything, it's that we now know what this team is capable of. We know what you guys are capable of, and you've brought on new people that you can bring along with your energy, with the high vibes. Teach them how to invite, teach them how you've invited people. help your people succeed and you will rise. You will. And we know this team is full of superstars. You guys are making it happen. We already saw what Todd said is happening. I loved what he said. If that guy that he saw is making $25,000 a month and he doesn't really have social skills, we've all met someone in network marketing that is making big money that we're like, how did they do that? And so if they can do it, we all have that opportunity, like legit. I'm so proud of you guys for just showing up for yourselves. Dave, sorry, I feel like you had a thought.
I really don't have a thought. I'm just grateful for on the journey we're on. Obviously, we're working harder than most, and we're going to continue to do so because we have an obligation. In my opinion, I think it's really powerful when you take an obligatory, that's a word, or just say an obligation to reach out and help people. It's a pretty powerful mechanism. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. And I think that's a wrap, Dana. I think we do this thing and it's going to be on the same bat channel here, right?
Uh-huh.
So we'll use the same link that you got. We'll make you all aware. I'm sure we'll send a text out later today to make you aware of that. I'm sure Dana will come up with some kind of cool little square that you can kind of like send out to people.
I think I can do that. I think I can do that.
I think you can. And let's just have some fun doing it, man. Do it with a smile. Hey, listen, if you're not having fun, it ain't worth doing. It's as simple as that, right? I mean, let's keep it real. So anyhow, we appreciate each and every one of you, wherever you may be, and look forward to connecting tomorrow. I know we're going to be doing, Dana and I are going to be doing some 5K and 10K like team Zooms. Just so you know, they're not going to be like training. They're going to be like building blocks of helping, knowing where the goals are and just quantifying them. And then everything you need to do, right? But we're trying to get a big picture. And so, you'll probably be invited to one of those in the next day or so, and we'll go from there. So
thank you guys. We love you. We're proud of you. We're so excited for your futures. This is just awesome. So proud of all of you guys. Love you so much. We're going to unmute so you can all say goodbye.
Love you right back. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Unmuted, guys.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Get 'em.
Hi, guys. Love you all.
I'm glad I watched that. Thanks, Rita, my friend.
I love you all. Love you all.
Bye.
Miles. Hi, Miles. Danielle. Hi, Chris. Steve.
Maybe she didn't like it enough.
You're taking the hangers off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.